In this video, I'll be sharing with you the truth on the law of attraction and understanding what you really need to hear to attract what you want. Welcome back to another video. My name is Erin and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you some perspectives that really have allowed me to balance out where I'm at in the spectrum, the scale that I'm going to share with you, and how to move forward towards getting what I want and really becoming the kind of person that I want with attracting using the law of attraction. Now, with this process, understand that there's two main perspectives, and normally it's not a this and this, it's a this or this. A lot of people at least have this conception in their mind that it's either you must attract what you want by using an intense amount of emotion, so you must just sit there and you must think about it, you must feel it within yourself, and you must really make that real, and that as long as you do that, then everything will start to happen for you. And then on the other side of it, there is the perception that it's all about taking massive action, and that as long as you take a massive amount of action, you will eventually get what you want. Now, I want to propose an idea to you that it's not a this or this, but it is actually a this and this. And many people are either going to fall on one side or the other at certain times in their life or at certain times in general. And for me, for the longest time, for I'd say about a year and a half, I was mainly on this side. I was focused on the visualization of it. I was focused on the emotions, on understanding the power of thoughts, and I learned a lot. I read a lot of books. I became very aware of it. But at the same time, I felt like I was missing part of that practicality. Now, there's some people that will disagree with me, and they'll say it's, you could just take the emotion and put that in the direction of what you want and things will happen. And this is the thing. I'm not denying that might not be true for certain people. What I'm saying in general is that it also has to do with our beliefs about who we are and if we believe that that's all we have to do. Because at the core fundamental basis, our beliefs are creating our experience. Now, me in general, I find that having a this and this type attitude is very powerful. So it's not just the emotion, it's not just the action, it's the bridge that connects the two. And what I call that bridge is inspired action. Now, what this means is that you put yourself in the right state of being. You put yourself in the mode of following your passion, of feeling that powerful emotion, but you do it with taking massive action at the same time. But this is the thing. That taking action doesn't feel like something that's hard to do. It doesn't feel like something you don't want to do, because if you're following your passion and if you have the emotion at a peak, you're going to want to take action. These two are actually very much connected. They're very much similar. It's just that we put it in a mental construct in our mind and we tell ourselves, this is this, which one is it? It's really, there's this, and they're part of the same thing. They're two sides of the same coin. So what I want to ask you the question is, where in the scale are you lying? Are you right in the middle? Are you doing a little bit of both? Or are you mainly just focused on the thinking aspect, on the idea aspect? Or are you more nose to the grindstone, take massive action, but there's no direction to that action? Now, the key to this is finding out where you are in that spectrum. For the longest time, I was on this side, and then in February this year, I said I'm going to do daily videos on YouTube. I'm going to go a video every single day no matter what. I moved a lot further on this side, but what I'm now realizing is that I can combine both together and get much higher results. It's almost like you get more leverage. So what I want to ask you to do is to pay attention to where you are. Don't label yourself, don't beat yourself up, but just be aware of where you are. And the prescription for you, in a way, is wherever you are, balance it out a little bit. So maybe if you're all the way over here with Abraham Hicks, and there's nothing wrong with it, but Abraham Hicks and just thinking it's all about the emotion, maybe what you can do is start to balance it out with also learning about the action. Something I did is I listened to a guy named Gary Vaynerchuk, who's all about taking massive action. Now, none of these are right or exclusive of each other. They can both be real. They can both be something that adds value, but be honest with where you are and then consume the information that maybe helps you move towards that middle inspired action point of view so that you have much more leverage. So what I did is I went from focusing more on the metaphysical side of things to studying on the practical side of the things, more of the Gary Vaynerchuk or the Grant Cardone. And as I did that, which is all about taking action, it balanced me out. It's not like I got just to, the taking action and there was no part of that direction involved and it was just like completely raw. It was more so I did a mix of both. I added the massive action, but I did it from a leveraged place of passion because creating videos, editing these videos, doing everything I'm doing is something I love to do, so it doesn't feel like I have to try so hard. In the same way, what I'd like to encourage you to do is to be aware of where you are on the scale. Realize it doesn't have to be a this or this, it can be a this and this. If you are on one side of the scale a little bit too far, or on this side of the scale a little bit too far, read material that will balance it out a little bit more. Maybe instead of taking all of that action and just realizing you're not leveraging yourself, start to read stuff that brings you more into the center of who you are. Do things that you're more passionate about. If you're all about just kind of focusing on the energy, there's nothing wrong with that, but realize that you can start to bring more practicality into it by taking action and reading material and feeling inspired to do things from this side of the spectrum. This is what I did. This is what I normally recommend people when I'm coaching them, and I can see that they're at a certain space, and if they just balance it out a little bit, they're going to get all the results from that leveraged place of action. So you have the ability to create whatever you want in your life. It's just a matter of taking inspired action, having the energy in the right direction, and continuing to persist to it, modifying it as you go, learning as you go, and deciding that as long as you persist, as long as you stay focused, eventually you will get the results that you want. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and also hit that little notification gear next to the subscribe button so that you're able to see the daily vids that I do. Also, I put a quick free PDF inside the description box on the top 3 law of attraction techniques that have changed my life. So check that out if you like. And other than that, I will see you guys on the next vid. Peace, much love, namaste.